What is going on, guys and girls? Josh Shelmuth here on this lovely but rainy Veterans Day down in the land of where I stay. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, we have two special guests on the line. I'm very proud, very humbled to have them on the line. Of course, you all know Fran, but we also have another special guest on the line, and I'll let them both introduce themselves for those of you all that may be new to the channel.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoever goes.
I'm already known, so let Cap introduce himself.
Go ahead.
All right. It's Ramsey from Chicago. Big Marvel and DC fan, and yeah, just a huge nerd. So yeah, what's up?
Okay. Now, Cap, I want to shout, and Fran, you as well. I want to shout you both out because you both have been one of the some of the few that have continuously supported me throughout this whole ordeal, and you've commented on my videos or shared them, and whatever, regardless of whatever, whether it's a comment, a like, or a tweet, I appreciate both of you all's support, and as many of both of you are well aware by now, due to my epic rants and long talks, I am a big fan of Zack Snyder, a big fan of Man of Steel, Watchmen, and Batman v Superman. And
Yes.
and thankfully, brothers, I'm glad I have both of you here because that is going to be the topic of today's video. Now, Cap, let me ask you, what was your first time seeing a Zack Snyder film, and which film was it?
Cool. First time seeing a Zack Snyder film would be Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was outstanding. A badass Dan Purple Superman film for me, and also
Mm-hmm.
the others. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Fran, what was your first time seeing a Zack Snyder film, and which film was it?
The first film I saw was 300 when I was
Mm-hmm.
like 8 or 9, something like that. Like I saw it at home, but later at the school, I don't know why, but they showed it to us. I don't know why we had like 10 years, but I've seen that movie like more than 20 times. Like it
Yes.
was like pure glory. Like I love the Greek times and all the history of Greece, and seeing
Mm-hmm.
that in the big screen, that slow motion, those badass guys. Pff,
Yeah.
my my 10-year-old was freaking out when I saw that movie.
Yeah. I think that line that I love the most is that "Tonight we dine in hell" line. That's a fucking badass line.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
end, like he's just giving up, and he's like Jesus, just accepting his fate. Not like he doesn't cry, he doesn't do anything. He just accepts it.
Yeah. It's a badass movie. Moving on, brothers. This question, I'm gonna ask Fran. The question is pretty straightforward. Would you choose Man of Steel over BVS or BVS over Man of Steel?
Well, the movie that has impacted me more is BVS. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that Man of Steel is like maybe a 9, but
Mm-hmm.
BVS is like top tier comic book movie. Like it's top 3. It's like majestic. Like the score is like an improved version of the Man of Steel one. The action is amazing. You have Batman and Wonder Woman, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that overall it's a better movie. But I understand that people love Man of Steel better. I have
Yeah.
no issue. Not. I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Uh, Brother Cap, Man of Steel or BVS?
Always BBS on Injustice for me. It's
Okay.
it's man. I could just yeah. Once I pop it in the PS3, my day is gone. I'm just invested and enthralled. I'm like, yes, again.
Now, brothers, I'm gonna divulge a bit. It's interesting when I look at both Man of Steel and BVS. Um, would you say that Man of Steel and BVS changed the way you look at superheroes? Fran, you can go first.
Well, I think that the movie that has impacted me more in that way is The Dark Knight. But
Mhm.
I saw The Dark Knight and I was for years thinking, no, nothing is gonna top this. Like, I've seen everything at the top of superhero genre. But then I
Uh-huh.
saw BBS and I saw it at the theater and I was like, it was okay. But then I saw the Ultimate Edition and I was like, man, like I thought that this couldn't be topped, and I think that it topped it. Like it made me see things. The perfect example is Superman. Like I wasn't a huge Superman fan, but when
Mhm.
I saw BBS and then later I saw Man of Steel, I was amazed. Like it was the typical character that I didn't even recognize. I didn't even see any movie of him, and after that movie, it made me fall in love with that character. So I owe that thing to Snyder.
Yes, brother Cap, you have any thing to say, my brother?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, definitely Man of Steel and Done Justice. Yeah, it made heroes that are epic, grand, and just down to earth, grounded and relatable. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested into like this like DC world, this universe, this mythos, and it definitely changed the way I
Mm-hmm.
view films.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, moving on, and this question is gonna cause a lot of butthurt as I usually get, but I don't care. Now as fans of Zack Snyder and his movies, I'm sure both of you, including myself, have seen some of the bullshit that we typically see online whenever somebody's talking positive about Batman v Superman, whenever somebody's talking positive about his take on Superman. And brother Cap, I want to ask you, what is your
Mhm.
response to the negative backlash surrounding Man of Steel and BVS?
Fuck the haters, fuck the critics. They're all full of shit, and and you know they're biased. They're mainly Disney fanatics, so yeah, they're full of shit.
Okay. Brother Fran, what is your response to the negative backlash surrounding Man of Steel and BVS?
Well, I mean, I understood it at the beginning. Like, well, maybe people didn't understand the movie, but it's been
Right.
like 2 years, and Man of Steel, it's been like 5 years, and people, it has been explained so many times, and people like keep asking the same questions. Nah, this movie is bad because Martha, Martha, and you're like, well, this is like a dedicated, explained version of J. Oliva or Zack Snyder talking about why
Yeah.
it is an emotional moment. Nah, bro, he's just stupid, bro. And you're like, okay, like, did you even read it? Like, I understand that they had issues at first, but they have explained the movie so many times, and people, I don't think that they don't understand it. They just don't want to accept that they were wrong. So they just like feel like, okay, I don't care. Thatch Snyder, like, man, grow up. Like, you know, you are 32. You are a blogger. You are verified on Twitter, and all you do is pick up on fans who defend a movie that they like. Like, come on, man,
Yeah.
grow up.
Mm.
It's pathetic. It's completely pathetic. Um, moving on, brothers, and this question hits home for me because uh he made this powerful godlike figure not only relatable but also made me feel invested in the character for the first time like never before. Um, brother Cat, let me ask you this: how do you
Mhm.
relate to Henry Cavill's Superman?
Um, definitely well, like the overall thing is, Henry Superman. He has hope even in the darkest and toughest times,
Mm-hmm.
and with his just circle of love and support with Martha and Lois, that
Mhm.
that really hits home for me, and it's very resonant, and it's like poignant because I also have a circle of support and love with my mom, our friends and family. So hope is the main theme of Henry Ghost Superman.
And brother Cap, I'm so glad you mentioned that because you know a lot. I see so much negativity, and that's one of the main things that I see people use as a argument that oh he's not hopeful, oh he's too depressed, oh he's too dark. And I'm just thinking, but you have to realize that this take on Superman is a realistic take. And realistically speaking, Superman existing is not going to be a hope-filled, joyful ride. Like they think that just because he's at the top of the totem pole, that it's supposed to be all smiles and joy. And that's not gonna, realistically speaking, that's not gonna be the case. Brother Fran, how do you relate to Henry Cavill's Superman?
Well, I relate on him in a way that you said something that people say that he's like so depressed all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
listen, if it's a realistic take, he's gonna be depressed when he has to be depressed, and he's gonna be happy when he has to be happy. Like,
Exactly.
I hate comparisons, but they need to be done. You are not saving New York in the Avengers when the whole world is at stake, and you are making cheesy jokes all the time. Like, there's a fucking alien army that, and you're about to lose, and you're like, oh, Sharawana, woohoo!
Yeah, bro.
Like, listen, for example, in Man of Steel, he's happy when he has to be happy, and he's sad when he needs to be sad. It's that
Exactly.
simple. Like, he's happy when he first starts to fly because it's something natural and good for him, so he smiles. It's natural. And when the whole world is about to explode and he needs to kill the last member of his race, well, he's gonna be sad. Like, it's
Exactly.
simple reasoning. Like, you don't have to be Einstein to understand that when you are killing someone, you are not smiling. That's the thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And Cap, you again going back to hope. One thing we talked about, brother Cap, is people talking about the movies are too dark and too joyless, and I think one thing I realize is that they're not actually too dark and too joyless. They're actually grounded and realistic,
Mm-hmm.
and and even in real life, to get to the light, you have to go through what many call the dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you agree, brother Fred?
I get. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because I don't know, man. Like, people are always all the time like, these movies cannot be enjoyed because he's always so sad and he's always whining, and you're like, listen, there are a lot of types of movies. Like, I there's something that I don't understand. Like, if you like soft themed like MCU movies, you can watch them. But some
Exactly.
people like some other tone that is more realistic, more badass. Like,
Mm.
I don't understand what's the issue with that. Like, let people see what they want to see. And
Exactly.
people are
Right.
like, no, he's depressed all the time and it's not joyless. Listen, have you seen the battles in the DCU? Like, how can you tell me that is not joyless? Seeing Batman moving around, kicking Superman in the face, and flying, and him taking it and crashing him into the bat signal. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody has the reasoning of a 5-year-old.
I wish I knew, bro. I honestly wish I knew. Brother Cap, did you have something to add?
Oh yeah. No. I was gonna say. Yeah. No. Like. Yeah. Like. For like DC. Like or Zach, he takes these characters as real people, and yes, they have emotions besides smiling and being happy and hopeful. They get sad, they get depressed,
Mm-hmm.
they have doubts because like I said, Zach sees he sees character as real people. They have real
Mm-hmm.
emotions, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That great. That was great. Um, moving on to this next question. Brother Fran, I think in a stream we did a few weeks back, I asked you this question, and I'm pretty sure you could sense my disappointment and sadness at the thought of this happening. Um, is the thought that Henry might be done as Superman worrisome to you, Brother Fran?
Well, I don't think that he's out. Like, I think that it was like a really smart marketing strategy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we already know that there were some months of negotiating. Like, we're gonna give you this money, and Henry Cavill is like, no, I want more, and Warner Bros. Are like, no, I'm gonna give you. And I think that his agent, like, filtered that he's gonna be out to see like the reaction, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like trending topic worldwide, like number 3 or number 2 or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
and then he later posted the video with the little figure, and I think that it was like just a publicity stunt, like show like they were trying to show Warner Bros. Why he deserves that money, because he's gotten and become a better actor, and now he's like, I want that money, like I deserve it, and I think that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brother Cap, is the thought that our beloved Henry Cavill being done as Superman, is that a worrisome thing to you?
Absolutely. My God, my heart will fucking break because he is Superman. I can't picture. Yeah, I can't picture anyone else in the role because he's just perfect. He embodies the character so well. Like yeah, I'll cry.
Yeah. I mean, bro, the thing is, bro, uh and Fran, I think you and I have discussed this. So many people I see, say things like, "Oh, well, Henry's the perfect Superman." It's just if he had better material to work with, or if he had better this or had better that, he would be the perfect Superman. And this just goes back to what we discussed, about the whole not being dark and too depressing, but it's actually grounded and realistic. Fran, what do you say to those people who say that if Henry had a better director or had better material to work with, he would still be okay? What would you say to those individuals?
Well, I will just say that they are like really impatient. Like,
Yeah.
we had like 2 movies where Superman was like, I have doubts. I don't know if I want to keep doing this, because of that. And
Mm-hmm.
Snyder and Olivas said that he was gonna become the Superman we all like and love in the third, fourth,
Exactly.
and fifth movie. So
Exactly.
I only have one thing to call them, that is impatient, because you hated so much a little different take that he had on Superman. Now you don't have the take that you would like to see. Out of your impatience and incompetence, you
Mm-hmm.
destroyed the only thing that you wanted to see. Because they already said it, like in the third, fourth, and fifth movie, he was gonna be the Superman that we all like, call it the Matt Reeves Superman or whatever. And they had to get through those 2 movies that they didn't like, and in the third one they were gonna get a Superman they liked, and they didn't get it because of their own actions that were like boycotting and destroying BVS in the critics.
Yeah.
It just backfired.
Yeah. Yeah. Brother Cap, you have anything to add?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Talk that shit, my bro. Oh, sorry, you too. I can't cuss. Talk that holy stuff, my bro.
Oh yeah, I'll say yeah. Of course I would say yeah. Of course I would say shut the hell up because it don't know what you're talking about because yeah. If you read indie comics, DC, or Superman, they do realize Superman has emotions, right? He has worries. He
Bro,
has
Cap, say
fears.
that again. Say that last part again.
Yeah, Superman. He has emotions. He has doubts, worries, and fears. He's not just super. He's also a man too.
Say that again, brother Cap. Say that again.
Yep. He's not the super. He's a man too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Josh Samuel here. I have on the line with me brother Fran and brother Cap. We're cooking today. It's on. Moving on to the next question, brothers. Um, and this is a very important question to me. Brother Cap, I want to ask you,
Yeah.
why do you value Zack Snyder's movies, or what made you a fan of his films?
Well, Zach, he makes these very interesting human stories about
Mm-hmm.
um hope, about struggle, and about having the power and the will to overcome the darkness and just fighting back against those who would oppress and hurt you. And
Mm-hmm.
I found that really human, really relatable, and yeah, for example, like in Sucker Punch, he made a film where there was these badass female protagonists who like the quote says, that you have the tools and the power to fight your demons, so use them. And he made a film where they fight back against the sexism, the rapist, the misogyny, and all that. So that was really cool and inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like with his DC films, Man of Steel, BVS, he just he displays yeah he displays our weaknesses and our strengths, and he really dabbles in the human spirit, so that I dig it very much.
Yeah, and I think that I like how you keep mentioning human. He treats his characters as humans first. He doesn't just make them super and fly around like jolly goodness.
Hmm.
Brother friend, let me ask you, why do you value Zack Snyder's movies, and what made you a fan?
Well, I think that the primary thing will be like epicness. Like the whole
Mm-hmm.
movie, it's not just like the third cut or something like that. Like all his movies overall, you walk out of the theater and you walk out satisfied, saying like I've seen a good movie with good plot, good character development, but overall a fucking good action movie. Like that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean I appreciate the character development and all that stuff, and that's something that I analyze after I've seen the movie sometimes. But the first times I see a movie, I just keep like the action and the photography and all that stuff. And when I see Snyder movies, all I see is like art. Like I I only see frames that if they were cut and put in a museum, everyone would upset as art. It's what gets me. The photography, like the photography of the films are all amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
the battles are also amazing. The score is amazing. So all that together makes like the best scenes that we've ever seen in a superhero or not superhero movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
300, for example, the first battle that they have, that when the slow motion begins,
Mm-hmm.
that's like you may don't like the theme or whatever, but seeing that has to move something inside of you. Like if you are
Yeah,
human, you get moved by that.
Hmm.
yeah.
And to
And
add,
go ahead, brother Cap. My bad.
oh yeah, no, it's right. And to add to what Fran said, yeah, Zach, he's a real master of his crafts, of filmmaking. He understands framing, cinematography, color palette, and motifs. Like, yes, yeah. So here are a few Zach motifs. The bullet, slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
There the overhead shot, whether it be in the graveyard or just in the sky. He always uses overhead POV shots. Um, and also his like one take sequences is dope. Like for example, the one the nightmare vision that Bruce has, and this that whole fight sequence with the 360 pan around shot, and just so basically his framing, even if it's motionless, there's still motion. There's still stuff going on in the background and in the foreground. And also he knows how to direct action and make it, like Fran said, epic, grand,
Yeah.
and just enthralling. Like you're so
God.
invested. Oh yeah.
And you know, brothers, I'm glad y'all brought that up because you know, I think a lot of audience members tend to miss the fact that Zack also tells us what the hell. I think that a lot of audience members tend to overlook the fact that Zack tells a story with his visuals. Would you agree or disagree, brother Fran?
Well, I agree because like Zack is like a director. He's like the complete opposite of Nolan. Like Nolan is always not showing, explaining everything through dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, so this is the piece that we needed before, and he doesn't show it. He says it like through characters. But
Mhm.
Snyder is like too mature and too like he overestimates people into thinking that they will understand, but they clearly don't. But he doesn't
Mhm.
tell anything. He just shows them. Like when you see a frame
Mhm.
of Superman saving a boat, or Superman saving the woman in the when there's like a lot of rain and storm, and he just comes and saves that family. Like he's not directly saying, "Oh, but he's a good person, although he had to do those things in Man of Steel." He just showing to you, and you have to be
Mhm.
intelligent enough to understand it. And if you don't understand it, it's not the film's fault; it's your fault.
Exactly.
Like he,
Say that last part again, Fran. Say that last part again.
if you don't understand the movie, it's not the movie's fault; it's your fault.
Mm.
And
Thank you.
for people to understand, people who don't agree with me, it's as simple as saying like you have a math problem and you don't understand it, and you're like, no man, the problem is wrong, and the teacher will come to you and will say, no, you are doing it wrong. You just don't understand it. And 99.9% of people will say, oh, that's reasonable. Like I don't understand the problem. The problem is not wrong. But you pass that to movies, and people lose their minds. Like this is
Yeah.
bullshit, and you're like, you just don't understand it. It's that
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah. Brother Cap, did you have anything to add before we move on?
Yeah. I think what that's called motion picture. They realize, visual aids is in the form of is another form of storytelling. So
Uh-huh.
I don't get people's complaints. Like it's called motion picture for a reason. So yes, Zack is he's a visual lyricist with his images and his framing. For example, my favorite shot in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is when Clark flies over to Mexico, save the girl from the burning building, and just
Mhm.
the lighting of the fire and his cape flowing with her in his arms. He's smiling. It then adds to that Hans Zimmer score. My
Yeah.
God,
Yes.
that is so damn gorgeous. Just
Yeah.
like the silence and like and like the hint of the score. My God. Whew, man. Zack did his thing.
Yeah. And Brother Cap, I'm glad you brought up Hans Zimmer. The man is a composer first, but the man is simply put a genius. The music in Man of Steel and BVS is just I don't care what anybody says. It's unforgettable. Brother Fran, would you agree?
Well, I agree, and I have like a personal story with it because like 2 months ago, I bought a piano to
Mm-hmm.
just like 99 inspired by Hans Zimmer music. Like I know how to play like half of the Man of Steel theme on the piano. So I think that explains my love for that composer and the movie that the kind of music that he makes.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on, brothers. This next question is also going to cause some sensitivity, but we've already lit the fire, and it's already risen to the tip of top of Gotham. That question is, brother Fran, why do you ally yourself with those of us who support the Snyder Cut of Justice League? And the reason I asked this question, brother Fran, I don't know if you're aware, but especially as of late, there's been a little bit of not necessarily conflict, but more of a disarray, which kind of is the same thing, but there's been kind of a disarray. And I told you this a few weeks ago, brother Fran. I told brother Cap as well. I got a comment on one of my videos basically calling me a fake fan and calling me a bitch. And I'm just like, if I was a fake fan, I would have been exposed way back months and months ago. You know what I'm saying? But I do this because I like these movies, and that's what I choose to talk about. But that's for another video. Fran, why do you ally yourself with those of us who support the Snyder Cut of Justice League?
Well, I think that the most and the best motive that I have is disappointment. Like
Mm-hmm.
Justice League was the movie that I was most excited to see after The Dark Knight Rises. Like it
Yeah.
was just months and months and months of seeing YouTube videos and theories and people talking about it on Twitter and Instagram. Like it was so much hype that I went to the theater and I saw what I saw, and I just supported because it was like the one of the biggest disappointments of my life.
Yeah.
Like it was like this is so precious. Like the last films were amazing. I get to see this piece of crap that nobody likes, and at first you're like, oh, I don't see the movie, I just wanted to see like the best movie or the original movie, but later
Yeah.
you understand what they did to that movie and what they did to the director, and th- I mean that's not disappointment, that's just like anger. Like
Yeah.
you're just angry. Like how could they do? Like yeah, and Snyder is friends with Whedon, and he's bringing him to do the reshoots, and he's directing the
Ugh.
reshoots. And you're like, listen, you're just straight up lying. We all know that you're lying, and you are using his poor daughter's death, sorry, for to like kind of explain something that you did a month ago. Like it
Yeah.
was all like a mixture of things that just made a huge pile of crap. Like every
Yeah.
lie, everything was lies. Like the poor Zack was like, I don't even want to think what he was thinking. But using death, someone's daughter death to say that he was moved from the project when that's not true is like really heavy.
Yeah. And Fran, it's crazy, man, because like you, Man of Steel and BVS, that built the hype. Like when I saw the Trinity in fucking BVS, I was like, holy shit, Wonder Woman looks badass, Superman looks badass, Batman is badass, Cyborg's gonna be in that. I was looking forward to that, and even seeing the trailer when he said when Superman said, "I'll take that as a yes." That moment may not mean a whole lot to the crazies online, but that moment meant a lot to me. And the fact that they didn't put that moment in the movie, bro, the fact that that moment was not in the movie, and not only that, but even the song "Come Together," the fact that that wasn't in the movie, that really hurt me as a fan. You know what I'm saying? It really. I was like, y'all just don't care about nothing but our money. Y'all just wanna thinking copying Marvel is gonna solve all of our problems, but in actuality, y'all just sabotage this man's movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Brother Cap, I'm sorry for the emotions. You got anything to add, man?
No, oh no. That's fine. You know, you're
Why
just
do
a
you
wise
ally
man.
why do you ally yourself with those of us who support the Snyder Cut of Justice League?
Yeah, because you guys are family, straight up family, and because we're all different, unique, creative, and our fight is for something, for a greater cause. Um, Not just for. Yes. It's for uh the uh the the Snyder Cut of Justice League. It's also for creative freedom,
Yes.
um, artistic direction, and arts. Because superhero films in the whole CDM genre, they could really say something. They could be used as inspiration, as guidance, and that's something that we really need in these dark and trying times. We need hope. We need the age of heroes to come again. So, yeah, you guys are awesome, and I love you very much.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Uh, Again, ladies and gentlemen, I made this video out of a pure admiration for Zack Snyder. These two guys are guys that I know are fans of not only DC but also big fans of Zack Snyder.
I love Zack Snyder.
Moving on, brother Fran, let me ask you this, and we kind of touched on this a bit earlier, but if you want to elaborate, fine. If you just want to say yes or no, that's fine. Same with you, brother Cap. Brother Fran, let me ask you this: did Man of Steel and Batman v Superman change the way you look at superheroes?
Yeah, I did. Like, I think that, like, when I see BBS or I see Man of Steel or sometimes the Dark Knight trilogy, all I can think about is I am glad that we are able to see this kind of movies, but I'm just sad because nothing is gonna top this. Like, now I see, like, I don't know. Like, I saw, for example, Infinity War, and I thought that that was like a really good movie, but it didn't hype me up as much as BVS did. Or you see like Venom, and you're like, okay, Venom is great, but it's nothing from another world. And you see, I don't know, like all these kind of movies, and you're like, I mean, this is great, but nothing is gonna top this, and that's just
Exactly.
sad, like straight up sad, because you're always all the time hyping like, oh, this is gonna be the movie, and you watch it and you're like, but it's not as good, it's not as good, and that's what happens to me all the time. The last thought is it's not as good.
Yeah, and you saying that, brother Fran, that just goes to show the impact that both BVS and Man of Steel have had, not only on us as fans, but really on the world itself. Because something, uh, Fran, you and I have discussed, Cap, you and I have discussed,
Mhm.
both films are still being talked about. Wow, tell me the last. I'm gonna just say it. Tell me the last time besides, it's always the new Marvel film that's being talked about, but never one from the past besides maybe the Winter Soldier or maybe even the first Iron Man. Other than that, what Marvel movie is really being discussed, on the MCU side? Brother Cap, not to shoot myself in the foot with the Marvel stuff, did Man of Steel and BVS change the way you look at superheroes?
Most definitely. You know, it's thanks to to um to Zack Snyder. Now that I'm very invested into the whole DC mythos, the DC world. Like I'm invested in the side characters, Lois Lane, the planet, just anything. I'm invested, and yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like he took these heroes from the page, put them into the real world, and made it like attainable, reachable, made it
Mhm.
realistic. like they could exist, or at least they could be used as a signal fire for hope in the building, and just yeah, yeah, and like you said, he made him very human. And yeah, it definitely changed the way I view superheroes, that they can be human. They can feel, they have needs and wants and goals, and that's something that I can relate to on a very personal level. So I think, yeah. I'm deeply grateful for Zach, for that aspect.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And also, why wouldn't you want to sit down in theaters 3 hours, or shit, even 4 hours of just superhero or DC epicness and goodness? Like, that's like, man, that sounds like a dream.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to close. I'm gonna leave a link as always to Fran's channel in the description. Brother Cap, if you should ever start your own YouTube channel, which I encourage you to do so.
Hmm.
We definitely, because we're definitely gonna do more collabs in the foreseeable future. Um, Brother Fran, let me ask you this because this next question is kind of personal for me because when I first read the graphic novel that it was based upon, I read it and I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's obviously not from present day, but it's pretty interesting. Then when I started reading some of Hollis Mason's excerpts and seeing the intriguing but wild character Rorschach in the novel. And then when I got to the panels that included the character Dr. Manhattan, um, I frankly had a hard time putting Watchmen, the graphic novel itself, down. I had a hard time putting that book down. And a few months back, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who played the comedian in the movie, is a fantastic actor. He said something that stuck out to me about the film. And friend, the question is, do you think Watchmen as a movie was ahead of his time?
Yeah, it is, and I don't think that I am the only one that has said this. Like a lot of people, like bloggers and critics and like sites of that are dedicated to film, like not so long ago, were talking about like, was Watchmen ahead of its time, blah 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 blah. I think that yes, because it's not your typical superhero movie. It's based in
Mm-hmm.
a really complex graphic novel. Like it's a heavy book to understand and to understand everything that is going on. And I think that it is ahead of its time because of the themes that it touches, and
Mm-hmm.
probably because if people don't understand the novel, they're not going to understand the movie. That's another thing, that the movie is like almost a page by page representation of the graphic novel. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand people who say that Snyder is not comic accurate, because you can buy the novel and pass the pages while the movie is going on, and you will see that it's like looks like painted in a film. And
Exactly.
I think that it's ahead because it touches themes that people don't want to think about right now, like is the construction of the superhero. And
Mm-hmm.
right now superheroes are just like these fancy guys who wear a suit and punch bad guys in the face. And Watchmen is the deconstruction of this kind of hero, and mix it with politics and real life problems and all that stuff. And I think that people don't want to think that much when they go to the cinema, and just blame it on being bad when they are too lazy to understand it.
They don't. They don't, brother. They don't. Brother Cal, do you think that Watchmen the movie was ahead of its time?
Definitely agree, because like Fran said, the thing is, it brings up about morality,
Mm-hmm.
about and it raises this question, can superheroes or can heroism survive in the cynical and desperate, hopeless times? And if so, will you like will you be the like will you be the hero that succumbs to the darkness? Will you just give up trying to save people if it's not proving anything, if it's not bearing fruit? Um, and but yeah, basically, would you give up on humanity? Um, because they're so full of mistrust and hopelessness and despair. Like,
Hmm.
like your efforts mean nothing, and or can true heroism survive in the world? So it's so it brings up debates and topics and really arguments, and yeah, it's relevant then and now and in the future. So yeah, I would definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah, it's visually and like you both said, the questions more importantly that it causes you to think. And Fran, you said this many times, and it's sad, but it's true. Not many people, like to think or question
Mhm.
when they watch a movie. They just want to go in, eat their popcorn, probably fart a little bit, and then get up and leave. Um, this last question, brothers, and we're about to close. I want to again thank you all both for stopping by. But this last question, brother Cap, I'll start with you.
Mhm.
What is your favorite Zack Snyder movie moment?
Mm. My favorite song movie moment would be mm, uh
Take as
oof,
much time as you need, brother.
gotcha. Uh, hmm, I would oh um I would definitely say I would definitely say from like Down and Justice would be would be when Clark saves the girl from the burning building in Mexico. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's a beautiful moment, just very serene. And also the badass Batfleck warehouse scene.
Yes.
My God, that's just ah, mwah. God, nerdgasm all day.
Yeah, bro. It's unforgettable. Fran, what is your favorite Zack Snyder movie moment?
Well, I will need to choose between like the last stand of Leonidas and probably like that shot of when like I mentioned earlier when Superman is saving those people from drowning.
Uh-huh.
Like, man, that I've sincerely considered framing that in a really good quality and hanging it in my room. Like when the woman is like crying with the hand up and you see like the sun behind Superman, he just looks like God. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the shot. Like you take that and you put it in a museum and it's considered art. And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
score behind it, like everything is like so emotional. You see, like he's God. Like there's nothing that can stop him, and he's also like he has mercy because he's helping people, and this woman is like seeing him like his last hope, her last hope, and just like is trying to reach her with her last strength. And Superman is just there with the sun and the lighting and the music, and it's just like, wow, man.
Damn. Oh man. For me,
Yeah. Of
it's
course.
so many. It's I can think of the first flight in Man of Steel. Obviously, I can think of the opening minutes of Sucker Punch. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh, Obviously, like Kat said, the warehouse scene. I think everybody, even people that hate the movie, love that sequence.
Mm-hmm.
For me though, I think the moment that I love most is when the camera pulls out at the very like towards the very end of BVS, and it shows you know, Lois over Clark's body, and then you know, Batman, Wonder Woman. And if you look close, it's like three crosses in the background. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite shot that he's
Oh
done.
man, don't even man. That scene makes me fucking cry my eyes out.
Yeah,
God.
it's beautiful, man. It's
Uh,
a beautiful moment.
yes. Man, when Hope dies, you break down like you're like no, screw this. Like I'm crying all night. Like
Yeah,
no, Clark, don't go. And then just Lois over his body is man. That whole imaging is like you said. It's breathtaking. It's so damn beautiful,
yeah,
and the emotions are just oh man, it's heavy. God damn, even now I'm kind of getting emotional because the score and the image and the imaging is it's powerful. It's very powerful.
yeah. It definitely is. Brother Cat, let me ask you. What's that poster above your head? That looks like
Oh,
somebody we know.
yep, that'll be Mr. Ray Fisher, or as you know, Victor Stone, varsity
Yeah,
quarterback for Bama City University, or AKA Cyborg, the
yes, sir.
Mother Box's adopted son. Yep.
Okay, okay.
hmm
Uh, Brother Fran, did you before we close, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Well, no, I think that it's been a really good video. I think that
Okay.
nothing's left.
All right, Brother Cap, did you have anything you wanted to add, my brother?
Definitely. Um. Of course, with this, we love Zack Snyder. We love his films. We love the person, and he's just like I'm convinced he's a fucking angel at this point. Um,
Yeah.
'cause he's his, he has no faults. His only fault is that he thinks
He
the
goes
audience is
out of the norm.
stupid. Hmm?
I think, not to cut you off, brother. People gonna be roasting me in the comment section for my big mouth. I think he goes outside of when he makes movies. He goes outside of the typical norm that
Mm-hmm.
people are used to in movies. And both you and Fran kind of touched on that earlier.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, his only fault is that he gives the audience way too much credit. Like he like through his films, he's saying that audience, like you're smart, you can figure this out, you can think for
Mm,
yourselves, and yeah, he shows the other side of humanity.
mhm,
And through that, he shows the hope and the power and the will to overcome the odds and the obstacles, trials and tribulations.
mhm.
And that's like I said, that's what we need. We need hope again in this hopeless, desperate world. Um, and and I love DC and DC Comics. They're grand. They're logical. They're epic. And I would hope Warner Bros. In DC Comics keep it that way. Like, be different, be bold, be powerful, say something. Um, and yeah, and then hopefully, we get to see the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and hopefully, and down the line, hopefully we can see Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad. So
Yeah,
through those movements, we can really make a difference. We can really preserve and keep art alive. We just got to keep fighting, keep being united, and I think we can really change things for the better. So
yeah, brother Fran.
Well, I think that that was like a perfect summary of what we need to keep doing and never stop doing it.
Yeah, Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. As like I said earlier, I'll leave a link to Fran's channel in the description. There are more collaborations in the works on the way as we speak. But again, thank you all so much once again for tuning in. Subscribe, like, and comment, as I'm sure some of you hopefully and sadly will. And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.